Hey everyone, welcome back to episode 7 of Three Men and a Mic, the brand new podcast that we haven't done yet. This is actually episode 1, so this is pretty cool. It's a good opportunity. Um, why don't you introduce yourself, boys?
Hi, I'm Finn.
Just one. Only one may introduce himself. All right,
Yeah.
and I'm Brian. I'll be the second. Michael, would you like to be the third to introduce yourself, Michael?
Okay. I'm Michael.
Oh, gotcha. Welcome.
Continue with the introduction. Don't let us stop you.
Okay. And Braden is not here. Unfortunately, Braden has an ailment. So it's just us today. You're gonna be stuck with the lesser 3.
Hey, I help sometimes.
Sometimes.
Okay.
My arm hurts.
What are we drinking?
Oh, me. I got water.
Finn's drinking something, that's for sure.
I have my signature blue raspberry ice.
I was gonna say that.
We literally always put the drink so far away, but I have a Sprite today.
Yeah. Well, if we see over here. Oh my gosh, blue raspberry ice.
Right.
Also, guys, I have a new background today, but that's because I moved.
If you look in the back of his background, this is going to be something, a fun little Easter egg that if you pay attention, the back of Finnegan's background is a reflection of us.
Yeah. Look very, very closely. You can actually see me.
Look, if you see, I'm waving in his background.
If you see suddenly like a person over there,
that's me.
Or my dad,
or is that?
Or Michael. He might just be like walking in my house.
The real question is that a reflection or am I just back there? Is that just where I record my podcast? Is that just where I record my part of the podcast?
Hi, Michael.
No, it would be like behind you.
Hi, Michael.
Hi. All right.
Oh, like he's out the window.
There I am.
Oh,
I'm pointing at Finn right now. Boy, this bit's gone on for a minute.
Yeah, it's very long and it's not very funny, but it is very long for sure.
It's got that going for it. And everyone knows that the longer you hold out a joke, the funnier it gets.
That is true. Do we guys have anything new personally?
No. Okay.
And here.
And do you have any personal news?
Oh, I can hear now. Yeah, I actually do this time.
All right. Anyways, movie news.
Well, I since Braden's not here, can I do movie news?
Wait, I didn't give my personal news. What is this?
I thought that was a joke. I thought we were joking. I thought we were just having a little fun.
Movie news. We must do movie news.
No. We're gonna do personal news. It's personal news.
No, it's too late, Michael. It's
Brennick,
too late.
Tell us your personal news.
Michael, I will have you know that I don't have personal news.
Well,
I actually do.
What is it, Finn?
I went to the drive-in movie tonight and I saw the Polar Express.
How was it?
It was good. They handed out like cookies and hot chocolate and candy canes.
Hey, we got it. All right.
I get it because it's like hot chocolate.
Yeah, because that's the song. Hot chocolate.
Yeah. Hot. Oh, we got it. Hot. Hey, we got it. That's a good song.
That's how it goes.
Yeah. But what else for today?
I guess.
Yeah.
Mike really second on that blue rise. I don't know if it's actually touching his mouth.
Sorry. But I think today I'm taking over movie news because Braden ain't here, which is pretty wacky because it's like Braden.
Oh yeah, we should probably address that Braden isn't here. Braden isn't here today.
He's sick.
Finn, take it away.
Okay, great. So in movie news, on the 16th, Spider-Man No Way Home. There's not a way for him to get back to his New York apartment.
Except for maybe a bus. Maybe.
But like only sometimes, you know?
But like all the buses there, it's a Sunday. You know the bus doesn't,
Yeah.
There are plenty of taxis in New York. Have you ever been there? The streets are orange.
But he doesn't have that much money. He only has like his bus pass.
The yellow ones don't stop. That's a
you
reference.
You know the lore.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that Spider-Man only has a bus pass and no money.
Yeah, Brennan, come on.
Like you're forgetting that he also has access to the plane system.
But that also costs money. That's the issue.
No,
And like he's
that's-
in New York, he wouldn't take a plane to go from one area of New York to another.
What
Weird.
about like? Oh, wait. I have a question. What about like frick? What was that thing in New York called? The subway. Oh, that costs money.
Costs money.
Dang.
exactly. The buses
What about,
are
like,
down.
What about
The bus
Uber?
system is down. He only has his bus pass. He can't get home. He can walk,
Dang.
but it's like you don't want to walk across the city.
Yeah, but Spider-Man No Way Home is coming out on the 16th, which is so exciting. I'm so pumped. You guys pumped? I think we've talked about this on the podcast before.
Probably.
Yeah.
I thought it was the
Oh,
17th, so I guess that's cool. I won't be
Wait.
able to see it opening night either way
I gotta look up what the date. No.
because I'm busy both those days.
it's irrelevant. Doesn't matter what day.
Oh, it
16%.
is the 17th. You're right, Michael. I was wrong.
Yeah, because the 17th is a Friday, and movies often will come out on Fridays rather than Thursdays because more people
In
are
other
available on
news-
Fridays.
in other news, the animated Diary of a Wimpy Kid came out. I don't know
Brannick
how it
will
was. I
be-
didn't see it.
Brannick should review it for the Clutter of Disney Plus.
Yeah.
I don't know if it qualifies, but it might.
It
It's a series
does.
of- So I got that going for it.
In final movie news, we thought you should be aware that Cars 2 James Bond has a subtle reference to Cars 2 in it.
Braden's
That's all.
not even here to defend himself. For those that don't know, we often like to joke about. So Braden is a big fan of James Bond, and we often like three of us like to joke about how like James Bond references Cars 2 a lot because like it annoys him.
You see, we have this rule that we're not allowed to make inside jokes in the podcast, but I thought it would be the perfect night to do it since Braden's not here, and I was able to do movie news.
Yeah,
Wow, we're really bullying Braden.
and he can't even defend himself. We're so mean.
Wow.
Braden's like dying, and we're like, Cars 2.
Speaking of mean, trivia.
Trivia. Yeah.
Finn, no looking up the answers this time.
I won't.
Whoa.
My phone is right here. Okay. I'll show you it. I have what do I
Bro,
have?
don't even show us. Just toss it across the
Bro,
room.
Get it out of there. Bro, this like straight up
Yeah.
threw a temper tantrum last time. That was pretty funny. Anyway. All right. Now, we know the drill, but if you're new here, you might not. So put your answers in the comments below if you want. Otherwise, you can just play along at home. Thank you, Michael, for telling us where the comments are. They are, of course, all over there. But yeah, it's just fun. We will answer at the end of the episode. That's when these two clowns will give their guesses. So, question 1. What 2-entry video game series originally developed by Pandemic was rebooted by DICE in 2015 and saw 2 additional entries as of 2021? Woo! All right, question 2.
Wait,
What
that's Stalin,
compound
right?
has the
Sorry.
What?
It's sorry, I answered. It's Stalin, but
God! Oh my!
I'm sorry, I forgot the rules. We're not allowed to answer yet.
I'm kidding. It's of course not Stalin, Michael. You're being goofy today.
Yeah, I'm just in a silly, goofy mood.
I'm also in one of those. Wacky.
Anywho,
Also, guys, I've noticed that if you like slightly suck in your cheeks, it makes you look so much like more attractive. Like here's me. Here's me with my
Okay.
cheeks sucked in.
I'm so much more attractive right now.
All right, Brandon, hit us with that trivia.
All right. Question 2. What compound has the chemical formula O3? And question 3. What movie granted Spielberg his first Oscar win? Stick those in your skillet and let them simmer. And we'll answer them later on. So, Misa the host. So I guess we should start with our primary topic, our initial topic, if you will.
I just thought of an idea.
What's your
One episode, we should all talk like Star Wars characters.
No.
Someone is always just like, Misa think this is, Misa like that idea. And then someone else is like, idea of me like.
I think someone
And then
should-
someone else is in the corner like, ah. That's Chewbacca. And then someone's like, And Brayden can be Pam because obviously.
Because he's so cute.
Brayden is Leia.
So cute. No, Braid should be what's her face? The singing alien chick from Return of the Jedi at Jabba's palette. That one.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Oh, I'm gonna be Pizza the Hut.
That's
Yeah,
I like that character.
it's a classic one.
Anyone
Guys,
that doesn't know, that's a reference to the famous movie Spaceballs.
It's actually a very subtle reference to the famous restaurant Pizza Hut. If you wanna-
Anyways, Brannick, what's our topic for this episode?
What is our topic?
Well, I think we're gonna roll with vacation stories. Woo!
Woo!
Isn't
Okay,
that such a big?
I got one.
We definitely predetermined that.
Yeah, we definitely thought of that on the spot and didn't go into it without already. Finn got one.
Can I say it?
No.
You don't have to raise your hand. This isn't class.
Finn, you can talk now.
Yay! Okay, so like I had the so like right. So every time I go to Florida, right? I just like spoiled where I live. Not Florida.
You live in Florida.
You spoiled the fact that you don't live in Florida.
Dang it.
Yeah.
What's your story,
Anyways,
Finn?
So every time I go to Florida, right? Sorry. Every time I go to Florida, I ride a jet ski with my dad, but this past time I was just kind of like feeling silly. So I was just like the entire time I was just singing about cats. And we were just jumping along the waves, and I was like, cats, and stuff like that. But then at one part, there was one part, right, and I had to. Also, my hair is long. You wouldn't know, but I have a bun, in my hair currently. You'd think it was short, but it's not. So my hair was down at the time, and then we pull up on this island, right, and my hair is just salt and like cool breeze, and it's just perfect and cool. And then I'm told that I can either A, explore the island, or B, just like jet ski around the island for like 10 minutes. And I'm like, bro, I gotta jet ski around this island. So me and my dad, we go jet skiing around the islands like zippity quick. And then we turn around and the people behind us have just like all fallen off of their jet ski. And we're like, what the yuck happened? That's my story.
Nice. Brandon, do you have one?
I'll think of one.
All right, well, I have one. So one time, me and my family usually go on like a yearly like ski trip. So one year we were going on that ski trip. This was like early on when we were doing that. This was like the first, second, maybe like third ski trip that we've gone on. And so I was still like a pretty new skier. I like didn't really know that well. Like I kind of got the hang of it. So like I was good enough to do some hard ones, but I wasn't like great or anything. So yeah. But this time it was getting near the end of the trip, and me, my dad, my brother, and then like some of my brother's friends, because they were there too, we decided that we were going to try our first like double black diamond. And for those of you that don't know, the ranking of like skiing goes green circle, which is the easiest, then blue square, which is the second easiest, then black diamond, which is like the second hardest, and then double black diamond, which is the hardest. And I've been told that in some countries there might be like a triple black diamond, but there aren't any here, so that's not very important. But yeah, we were doing, I think it was a double black diamond. It was either double black or just a regular black, but either way, it was like a hard one. So we were going on it, and I start like skiing down. So my brother and his friends go ahead and they make it to the bottom fine. But then when I start going, I'm just like speeding down, and I go like way too fast. I'm going like way faster than I should. And then suddenly I just start like shaking, and like I'm like going up and down like over bumps and stuff. And then I just like tip over and I fall and I slide like 100 feet down the mountain. So I'm just going down, like sliding, like head first, like lying on the ground. Yeah, I'm like, it hurt. It didn't feel good. And then I end up having to wait there for like 5 minutes to get help from anyone. So I'm just lying there, like this little like 10-year-old, just lying on like the cold ground. after sliding like 100 feet down a mountain. And I'm just, there I am.
And
So,
there he is.
yeah. But now I'm a good enough skier. I can do double black diamonds fairly easily now. So,
Michael, you should try that
yeah.
exact same course. But like fall into the exact same thing you did as a kid, and then your brother will be like, "What the heck happened?" And then you'll be like, I turned back into a 10-year-old."
No, that was in like another, I don't even remember where that was. So I don't think I'd be able to do that. But you know what? I might consider doing that if I ever go back. Brandick, do you have a story?
I'm trying to think. I probably should. I mean, I don't have anything that's like particularly interesting that I have on my mind. Oh well, I guess that's kind of sad, but it's sad now. But it's all right. Well, basically, um, my dad is from Ireland, and so we go there, or we haven't been in a while, but we used to go there like once every year or two back in the day. And one of the fun parts about Ireland that I always enjoyed is that we always drove to Dingle Bay, where there was a solitary dolphin that just he swam in those waters, and his name was Fungi, and he was real old, and he lived by himself, and he was just a beautiful boy, and he would come up to the boat and he would like jump around, and it was great. And like last summer they like hadn't seen him in a while, so I think Fungi is dead.
Oh
And
no.
so I don't want Fungi to be dead. I love Fungi. Everyone loves Fungi.
We all love Fungi.
We all
We
love
all
fungi.
love Fungi. The Dingle Dolphin. Other than that, like I'm sure I probably should have like some good Ireland stories. Right? I like it there. It's gorgeous, but that's not interesting. No one cares.
Speaking of dolphins, have you guys seen the movie Dolphin Tale?
No.
Yes, but it's been a long time.
That dolphin died.
I
Oh
heard
yeah, I
about
heard
that.
about that.
But the story behind that is my grandparents own a condo like a mile away from that dolphin's aquarium. So I knew Winter the Dolphin before there was a movie about Winter the Dolphin, and it was just a small little aquarium. And then there was a movie, and then I came back this summer after, and that aquarium was no longer small.
Wow. Finn knew the leading actor of the movie before he was even famous.
Bro, do you know Willie from Free Willy?
No, I wish I did, but that's in Georgia.
Do you know the dog from A
Do you
Dog's
know-
Purpose? Do you know Marley
you know
from
the-
Marley and Me?
Do you know the bug from A Bug's Life?
I do know that one.
You know Old Yeller?
I do know the Hound from the Hound of the Baskervilles.
You know Steph Curry
Do you know
from basketball?
Do you know the redwood from where the red fern? Wait. What's the name of that?
You know the Stranger Thing?
I do know that umbrella from the Academy.
Bro, do you know?
Oh, I have another vacation story.
Bro, you know the
Michael, we're
wild
making
things
jokes.
or where they are?
I'm always looking for them, but I can never seem to find them.
I found that one really, really quiet place.
What's your vacation story, Michael?
So this was less of like a big vacation, but it did happen while I was not at home. So we went to a different place. It was vacation. So for my brother was going on, had like a soccer tournament once. And so we decided to go. So like we went to the soccer tournament, and my family and our family friends like that are on the soccer team, we decided that after the games we would like kayak down this long river, and just like that would be like a fun thing. So before we went, I was told that it was going to be kind of like a whitewater kayaking type thing, And I thought, oh yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun. We're gonna be like, it's gonna be like fast, and we're gonna have like, it's just gonna be a good time. We get there, so the we do the whole soccer thing, and then once that's done, we go kayaking, and we like get down to the river that we start to kayak on, and it is not white water. It is not like fast. It is just like still water. So that's fine. That like well, it's fine. We're still gonna have a good time. So I've been told though. So like we start kayaking, and then we get about like 3 miles in, and it hits me that 15 miles is probably more than we needed, because before we went, we decided that we were gonna do 15 miles of kayaking, and that that might sound fun. That
It's a
might
lot.
sound like like it could be a good experience, but all you really need is like a good 3 miles, and you will get the whole experience in about a third of the or a fourth of the time, or a fifth of the time. I can't. So
It's a 4.
we do like 3 miles, and we take like
No,
a
it's a
little
fifth.
rest, and then we realize that we have another 12 to go. So me and like three of the other boys there, just like we decided to get into this like formation, and we're just like sending it the rest of the way. We have like these like we're like counting our strokes and all that, and we end up knocking out those last few miles, or like the last miles, like within like 1 or 2 hours. The rest of the group though was maybe like an hour behind us. So we get to the end, and we just kind of hang out there for like an hour while waiting for other people to come in, because because you do the kayaking, and instead of finishing where you started, like instead of going in like a circle, you start one place and then you end 15 miles away from where you started. So we have to like wait for a bus to come pick us up, and the bus just like brings everyone back, rather than bringing you back and then going back to bring back the other people. So yeah, we just waited there for like an hour while waiting for other people to come back.
I think I've heard part of that story. I haven't heard the whole story though.
Yeah, I probably mentioned part of it before, but like, yeah.
I mean, I guess there's another Ireland story I have, but it's not very like these are all like not very glamorous now that I'm thinking about it. Like, I mean, oh, we went to Ireland, we had a nice time. We went to Florida, we had a nice time. There's nothing like monumental has happened. I guess one fun thing that we did, me and my uncles, and also my parents and brothers too, as well, they were there. But like, well, most of my beach experiences have been Irish beaches. I've been to like the coast at Florida and North Carolina, and those are like great. But I've been to Ireland and its coastline more, and Irish beaches are miserable because it's Ireland. So sometimes you get a good day, sometimes it's warm, but most time it's not. It's not warm, and it's not that. But one good memory, it was still like a cool day, but we just kind of like we were at like I have no idea where we were, but I do remember that we were like we were at some like very like small like it was like in like an inlet like little thing, but we just kind of went crab fishing there. I don't know if that's called crabbing, but it should be if it's not. But that was fun. See, like these stories aren't. That is technically a story.
Well then, I have a question for you guys. I guess Brannick, you've already pretty much answered this, so this is more for Finn. But have you guys ever gone out of the country before?
No.
Yes.
When
I
when
thought
was it?
Brannick was being serious at first.
Even though he just told us that he went to Ireland.
You know, at first my brain just kind of went like, oh, that's kind of weird.
All right, Finn, where did you go?
I went to the Bahamas.
That's fun.
Pretty sure I've
What did
also
you-
been somewhere else.
Any good stories from there?
I went to Atlantis, which is like the big waterfall, and I went on like I think it's like the fourth scariest fourth scariest water slide in the world, and it's like a 50 foot or 100 feet high in the air, and it's like a vertical drop down into a pit of sharks, and that was fun. I did that like 6 times because it was a blast.
That's pretty cool. I have been out of the country one time, and I went to Bermuda, where me and my dad got to jet ski in the Bermuda Triangle.
That is scary.
So it was more like around, it was like, we were like on the Bermuda Triangle. I don't think we went to like the center of it or anything.
I'm
But
getting
like,
chills just thinking about
it was actually like a lot of fun. We got to like swim in it, and it was basically, we just like followed this instructor, and he took us like on the Bermuda Triangle.
it. That stresses me out.
Bermuda Triangle is nothing to worry about. It's just water.
Yeah, you hear a lot of the stories about it. Like, apparently, is that where the whole thing with like Amelia Earhart, where she like crashed her plane?
That's just like where all the planes crash and all the ships sink. Or like a lot of like plane crashes and shipwrecks have happened in that like area.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think there's really anything behind it though.
Yeah, that's probably not. It is weird how like people are wondering, like, I mean, I guess I don't think we know what happened to Amelia Earhart, but like probably her
Oh, I have
plane
a
is
story
just
about
like, at the bottom of the ocean somewhere.
So like basically my Amelia Earhart story is that like and this is probably not true, but like the theory goes, and this is again probably wrong, but like the theory is that she like it was into gals, so she faked her death in order to be with a gal. There's the story.
I agree that probably isn't true.
It's probably not true, but like that would be a good like it'd be cool if it was true.
Big celebrity.
Yes.
I think what actually happened, she probably just like started flying her plane and then like crashed, and like no one found the body or something. That's
Yeah, I
probably
mean,
what's
like,
most likely.
Yeah.
she flew over the ocean. It's a lot of ground to check, and that's figurative ground, because the problem with that is that there isn't ground to check. It's going to be under the water.
Yeah.
I wonder.
I mean, they found the Titanic, but that's because like they still like they knew where it was when it sank, because it like sent out distress signals, and like I think
Wasn't it like still on course,
another-
but like the iceberg was just like on the course?
no, like yeah, but like it sent out like distress signal, and like another ship came up like as it was sinking, or like afterwards, and like picked up people. I don't know I think that's true. It was
guys,
like,
have you
it
heard
was another ship that was close, but I don't know
Another
what that ship was
frick.
called. And I think, let me look this up. I gotta see, like, it was like the Titanic's like best bud.
I have another story about the Titanic. So basically, the owner of the Titanic had another ship called the Olympic, and the theory goes, again,
I've heard
probably
this.
wrong. The theory goes that he like switched boats at the last time and sank it on purpose because there was someone that he didn't want to survive that was on the Titanic, forget who it was, and he was supposed to be on the Titanic but canceled minutes before, and instead had the Olympic switched out with the Titanic because the Olympic was more expendable.
Yeah, it was like his business rivals were supposed to be were supposed to like be on the Titanic. So he
That's-
decided to sink it, but I don't think that's true.
That's quite
I mean,
a
like,
theory.
they might have happened to be on the Titanic and it might have happened to sink. But like I don't think there's a correlation between them.
But yeah, the owner of the Titanic was actually not on the ship, and he canceled like about 2 hours earlier, and that's a real historical fact.
That's a coincidence. You know, like that one wacky time in 1969 where we landed on a film set. But the ship that came to rescue the Titanic was the RMS Carpathia. So yeah, they knew where it sank. We don't know where Amelia Earhart crashed. So That's the tricky part. At least I don't think they've ever like found any wreckage or anything. I can look it up too if you want.
I'm doing that too because I gotta see this for myself.
But yeah, like the whole thing about her faking her death, isn't there like a lot of celebrities that people claim like fake their death? I know there's some of the big ones are like Michael Jackson and like Elvis Presley. Who are other ones? Like Tupac or something? Is he? Yeah, like a lot of people claim that he's in like Cuba. All of the celebrities are just that have died are actually just like down in Cuba.
The thing about Tupac, it's like his
So weird.
friends are like, yeah, it was really sad when he died because like I was there. It wasn't fun. Like Snoop Dogg was like, yeah, I was talking to Tupac's mom, and she was more worried about me than Tupac.
What?
Yeah.
Because another thing, he was like in an interview and he was talking about how like when he saw Tupac died, he like ran to the hospital and Tupac's mom was like checking on Snoop before she was checking on Tupac.
But yeah, I know with like Michael Jackson, there's a lot of things that are like, oh yeah, he like there are videos of him like getting out of the ambulance or whatever, and there's like, and then like, and at the funeral, it was just like close family, so nobody actually was able to see him or something. I don't
Yeah,
know. There's just a lot of stuff about people saying that he's not actually dead, but I don't think that's very realistic.
Elvis Presley. People are like, yeah, this old guy. He was Elvis Presley. He looks like he's like now like Elvis's like lawn keeper, but he was at his funeral and like looks a lot like Elvis and like wears Elvis shirts and stuff. And it's like,
That's like always what it is. All of the like connections of people saying that somebody is actually a celebrity that has faked their death. It's always just like, oh, this person kind of looks like them and wears their merchandise.
yeah. But the other part about like the Elvis guy is that like he was like at Elvis's funeral, and like that's the only evidence they're going off of. He was there. He knows where Elvis used to live. What more evidence do you need?
I guess that's a good point. It's like how in Megamind at the end when like Metro Man he dies, but then like at the end you find out that he's actually not dead.
What?
And he's just sorry, spoilers for Megamind, but like
Bro, you
Dang.
spoil Megamind on this podcast?
I mean you had what is it, like 12 years to see it now?
Bro, I've been
Why
like hovering over the play button for 12 years.
Why didn't they ever make a Megamind 2?
They made like a
Because-
short film that's like a sequel to Megamind.
Really?
Yeah, it's like Megamind, like something about like a button.
I gotta watch this.
But yeah,
Dude.
there's Rennick, how are we doing on
Conspiracy
time?
theories are weird. There's they're just weird. I don't know. Some of them are like, I mean, they're fun to entertain, but when people get like way too invested as and like in them and start actually like I feel like once you start believing like seriously believing like a wacky film conspiracy film, a conspiracy theory, that's when it starts getting weird. I don't know. People
Yeah,
who believe
it's
films, who believe in like conspiracies, it's just not everyone is like, God, the government lies about a lot in your eyes, don't they?
yeah, it's fun. Like conspiracy theories are just like fun to be like, oh yeah, that'd be weird if that was like actually real or like that like sounds interesting. But when you have someone that's just like, no, the government actually faked the moon landing, guys. I have evidence. Like and their evidence is just like a poorly photoshopped picture of like an astronaut on a film set. They're just like, no, see, it's the moon landing.
Guys, are there any like not like big scale conspiracy theories, but are there any like smaller conspiracy theories that you like wholeheartedly believe in?
I don't know that many conspiracy theories.
Like something like Dr. Pepper is just like root beer and Coke.
Dr. Pepper is not root beer and Coke. I can tell you that for like a fact. Because neither of those taste like cherry, but Dr. Pepper tastes like cherry. Where's the correlation?
Where did we go? We were talking about the moon landing. I lagged for 5 seconds. Dr. Pepper is not cherry.
No, because Finn asked like, do you believe in any like conspiracy theories? And he said just like small ones, like Dr. Pepper is Coke and root beer or something. That was just an example he gave. And I said I don't believe in that because there's no correlation between Coke and root beer.
But guys, are there any like that? Like anything you wholeheartedly believe in?
No, not really. I don't know many like. I know the big ones are like, oh, the Earth is flat.
Well, that's true, but I'm kidding.
Amelia Earhart faked her death, as did Michael Jackson, as did
Elvis Presley.
Oh, but everyone knows that the Earth is like a dinosaur or something.
Yeah.
Or no, it's a cat. The cat Earth theory.
Cat Earth, yeah. The moon landing one is really funny. I like that one.
Is it frick?
It's like the most. It's the I don't know what is there to gain from this? Like we have definitely like don't people argue like oh we just didn't go in 1969 but we have like since, so who cares? But we did, so like what does it matter? Just let us have this. Like that's my favorite part of the Room 237 documentary for The Shining is when they're like, yeah, this whole movie is about how Kubrick faked the moon landing, and the best evidence is that when Danny like you get that POV shot where he walks into the room with the door open and then the room key is in there and then the tag says room number 237 but it says like NO. So it's capital R, capital O, capital M, capital N, and then there's like a little O for a number. And so he's like, all right, so taking the capital letters, you can spell out moon and room. And that is why Kubrick faked the moon landing. Thank you, The Shining, for laying that out for us.
That's what it always is. It's just the people like pulling straws, just being like, no, if you look closely, you can kind of see that like the picture isn't like in HD. So like it's hard to tell, you know?
Oh, do you know something I've always wanted to try?
What?
Pull up the Wizard of Oz, turn off the sound, and then pull up that one Pink Floyd album and just like see if it lines up.
I've heard stuff about that, like the albums lining up with the movies.
Yeah.
But Baranek, real quick, can you inform those of us who don't know what the Room 237 documentary is?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I totally didn't say that. Okay, so the Room 237 documentary is like it's about like fan theories. They have like random speakers who just talk about their different theories, interpretations of The Shining, and it's not very good because the theories are like that was one of them. The other one for the moon landing is that like the moon is like approximately 237,000 miles from Earth. That's also not true. It's like 238. So you're close. But there's this. It's weird. There's another good one where like this like there's the part where the one guy goes like great party isn't it, and he's got the split in his head, and the lady's like yeah when I was watching the movie my son comes in and talks about this drawing he made about a guy's getting his head split open by a lightning bolt, and so look at that.
Is that like an actual theory they have? Like,
and they put it in the documentary and did not cut it from the documentary.
What's even the theory there, though?
My son is a witch.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's like it's fun to watch because it's bogus.
I'm gonna have to like check that out.
Not good. So like, it's interesting.
Bogus is one of my favorite words.
In the movie, this one thing happened, and my son just like happened to do something that's like kind of similar. So like that's kind of cool, I think. This is going in your movie, right?
It was like super late in like the movie. It was like one of the last points made, so they really saved the best for last.
Yeah.
But maybe that was like, I don't know. Maybe like the people that made The Shining didn't make that movie, right?
No, this was made by like let me look up the date, but like it was made by different people after. It's like a fan documentary thing.
That'd be
Oh,
funny though. Like,
gotcha.
who's the director of The Shining? Stanley Kubrick.
Good man.
So that'd be funny if Stanley Kubrick made this movie and he just saved that one for last, just to like show that that's what it's actually about. All the
It
whole
was
movie just to show that like this kid or this guy or this one person has kid can like draw something that's kind of similar to the movie.
Yeah, it was released in 2012, so quite a bit after The Shining. That was not because that was 1980. So yeah, Kubrick had been dead for like a decade.
Speaking of The Shining, what are you guys and conspiracy theories? What are your guys' thoughts on like the whole theory that's like, wait, The Shining is King,
Stephen
right?
King. Yeah.
Yeah. What are you guys' thoughts on the theory that like all Stephen King's books take place in the same universe?
I don't
I do
think that's
not.
like a theory. Isn't that just like a confirmed thing? Like the Stephen King verse?
Is it?
It might not be like confirmed, but there's just like a lot of like references to his other books. Like he'll be like writing a book and then there's just like a reference to another book. And I feel like it's just likely that like they don't play like a big role in each other. Actually no, some of them do. Like I think in It, don't they like kind of use The Shining to defeat Pennywise?
Yeah, they're all
Like they call it
Shiners.
something else, but don't they use like isn't it just like The Shining?
Pretty much. They're all Shiner. Like all the kids in it are like basically Shiners.
Yeah. So I mean, like, I don't know. I'd believe that. When it's like, I guess when you say, are there conspiracy theories that you believe? Those are more like fan theories about movies. But I guess those would kind of be the ones that I like when they don't have like a real world impact. When it's just like a theory about like a movie or something, then I mean, like, I'd be more willing to believe those.
If if Matt Pat from Film Theory has made a video on it, there's a good chance I believe it.
Yeah.
I think he has actually about
Yeah, I'm
that.
pretty sure
I
he
think he's made
has.
one about something to do with like It and The Shining, like how they're related. I haven't watched it because I haven't seen it, but like I think that might be what you're
I
talking about.
gotta watch this.
I gotta
I
see
gotta-
it.
I gotta see this.
Yeah, like
One of
film
these-
theories are fun to entertain because like and that's pretty harmless. When people start arguing like dumb stuff, like vaccines are fake or something, or like
Oh my gosh. My friend, or not my friend, I do not like this kid. He's mean. But the other day I'm just sitting in homeroom, right? And suddenly we're watching like CNN and they're talking about the COVID vaccine. And then my teacher pauses it and leaves the room because she got to do something. And then the kid out of nowhere from the back of class, I said like the middle, the kid from the back of class screams, "Vaccines are fake." And
no,
then
they're real.
all of us turn around and he just start going off on him. And we just like scream and all of us pull out our phones and like pull up all the scientific stuff and we're just like, read it. And then our teacher walks into us just like screaming at this kid about how the vaccine is real. And the teacher just kind of then like turns back on the thing and it's like, and she's like, yeah, vaccines are real. And we all just look at the kid and the kid just looks so angry at us.
What do you mean fake? I've seen one.
Yeah, I feel like he means they don't work, but that's also proven that like they do.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
proven that they work and they exist. So I guess
he was like, vaccines will give you COVID. And we were like, no.
I mean,
It's like, well, isn't that kind of how vaccines work? That they like give you dead versions of like the virus or
He meant like they will kill you
yeah.
with like a live good COVID.
No, that is how they either use like dead samples of the virus or like
Is it
non-harmful.
samples? Or isn't it like fake COVID?
I don't know. I think they're like also like they're like some synthetic things that I don't know. I don't know science. I don't know medical science.
But yeah, basically they put like a version of the like a non-harmful version of the virus in you, so it teaches your immune system how to fight it off. So then if you actually get the thing, like if you actually get the virus, then you'll be able to fight it off like on your own. So like yeah. So it's proven that they work. Like I know we don't like. Is this even political? Because I feel
No,
like it's just good to know that that vaccines are do work
Real.
and
yeah.
they do
I mean,
exist.
like, why do you think people don't get polio that much anymore in the U.S.?
I was just about to
You know, vaccine for that.
Exactly.
I mean, like, until we had like, there's a tuberculosis vaccine, right? Right?
Probably.
Is tuberculosis a virus? I think it is. If
Tuberculosis.
it's not a virus, then
There's like a
there's
shot. There's something to cure tuberculosis.
there is a cure for sure. I don't know. I don't know if it's because of if it's I don't know if it's a virus or a bacteria, but like tuberculosis is the number one cause of unnatural death in humans of all time. Tuberculosis holds the top spot for killing the most people. So that's pretty cool.
Is
I'm glad we don't
polio
really
a
have to-
virus?
What?
Is polio a virus?
Yes. It's called the polio virus for a reason.
Ah, that
Boy,
makes
this
sense.
podcast took a turn. We started with vacation stories, and now we're just like, no, guys, vaccines do work.
Went from vacations to infectious diseases.
My dad was, or not my dad, my grandfather, he's like a doctor. And he was telling me about he was like, so like, here's how they made the vaccine. And the people that made it should get a Nobel Prize because the way that COVID works, it's hard to make it's really hard to make a vaccine for, like harder than polio was. But they did it. And they're not going to get a Nobel Prize for some reason.
But yeah, this started with
know.
just like Ireland isn't like I've been to Ireland and that's fun and nice. To like, no, tuberculosis has killed the most people in history.
Yeah.
Well, took a turn for the worse. Or better, we don't know.
Or better.
How do the Nobel how does the Nobel Prize, is that like a thing, like is it like the Grammys? Do they give that out every year, or is that just like whenever
it's
someone
the Grammys? It's the Grammys, but for scientists.
It's not just science. There's like literature prizes.
Well, yeah, and there's peace. So
that's the big one. That's the real cool one. And actually, I'm pretty sure that's happened because Alfred Nobel. I mean, his first name was probably Alfred. I'm gonna look it up. But
it's like
whatever.
something like that.
First name Nobel. He invented dynamite, and then he invented the prize because he was like, man, I really shouldn't have invented dynamite. Now I feel bad. So we're gonna make a prize for peace and other stuff.
Didn't he like invent it for like mining purposes, but then people started to use it for like war?
Yeah.
And that's why
it does happen every year.
It is Alfred Nobel as well. I was right.
And it's a once a year thing.
Oh, that's the one that made like Psycho. Just kidding. I know that's Alfred Hitchcock.
No, that's Batman's that's Batman's little guy.
Robin?
Oh, Alfred. No, that's the butler.
No.
Oh, Alfred.
Ben.
Alfred
Oh
Pennyworth.
my God. Ben. You're dropping the ball, man. Finn. All right.
When you say, I mean, I will give it to you. I'll give it to Finn. When you say his little guy, I'm more inclined to believe Robin than Alfred.
Yeah.
I forgot we were talking about a guy named Alfred.
Robin? I mean, yeah, I guess you're not you're not that wrong. That is Batman's little guy more than Alfred is.
Oh,
Alfred's
crying. Oh, that was really funny.
This has been like the most chill episode of the podcast, and we're talking about like dying.
Yeah, it's so weird because I'm used to like heated debates and like very not even like heated debates, but just like very energetic, where we're all like up and like like we're telling stories and we're like acting them out as we do it, or like no, aliens are real. Versus like now we're just kind of like, so tuberculosis kills the most people in history.
Guys,
Bro, that aliens conversation was goofy.
Did you know that Elon Musk says that there's a 1 in a billion chance we're not living in a simulation? It's a real thing he said. I don't believe
That's
that.
like cool, I guess, but like whatever. I feel like that doesn't change much for me.
Anything anyone can throw a number.
I am simulation bot.
Shoot, there's some pretty good evidence right there.
Shoot. Finn you heard it here first, guys. Finn just proved the fact that we're living in a simulation.
Dang. That's rough.
Dang.
Imagine Finn does that, and then someone like running the simulation is just like, shoot, they know.
they figured it out.
Suddenly the
leave,
world ends.
but like he doesn't even like explode. He just like disappears.
Yeah, guys, if the world just happens to end in the next week, you know why.
I got you for that one.
Finn, you have a lot of weight resting on your shoulders now for the next week. If the world just happens to end, then we know it's on you.
Dang. Oh god, the sun's gonna like turn into a red giant now, and like the world's gonna end, and everyone's gonna blame me.
You better hope not, because it'll be your fault.
I just kind of sped up time like 5 billion years, but it's fine.
Hey guys,
did you know?
Sun's like my time is. Finn, I know I had like 5 billion years to go. Finn, you really accelerated that.
Guys, did you know in 10 to the 10th power to the 56th power years, or no, 10 to the 10th power to the 10th power to the 56th power years, there's going to be a second Big Bang?
Dang, I'm gonna be around for that one. Yeah, I'm gonna have to set a reminder in my phone.
Well, the entire everything will have ended by then, and then there will be a second Big Bang.
That's crazy. Still gonna need to set that reminder just so I'm like ready.
Bazinga!
Pull out the popcorn.
Bazinga!
And then the second Big Bang Theory.
No, yeah, with this first universe is like this starts with the Big Bang. The next universe starts with the young Sheldon.
Yes. What if the second Big Bang is just like everything is backwards?
Also, guys, did you know young Sheldon is Big Bang Theory?
It's like a prequel.
Yeah. I didn't know that.
I'll be honest, I didn't know that until recently either.
Yeah, I was listening to Man or Muppet, and then I like saw Jim Parsons was in that, and then I looked up Jim Parsons, and I was like, young Sheldon. Wait.
Yeah. I don't know why. I don't know when I realized it. I was just like, wait, young Sheldon's the prequel to Big Bang Theory.
Am I a man?
No, you don't.
Am I a Muppet?
You don't understand. It's funny because he said bazinga.
Bazinga! Can't wait for the next universe. That's very interesting.
Come back for Universe Part 2.
Maybe there was a universe before this. Never would know.
Yeah,
that's possible.
Never know. That's such an interesting idea.
Yeah.
Also, Mike, I wonder if the next universe it won't be exactly like this one, but I wonder what it'd be like. Too bad I'm gonna die in like 80 years.
That's what you think. I'm planning to go for another 600.
Dang.
At least.
Brandon, I'll hold on until then with you. Gotcha.
These are like those memes that are like 9-year-old me when I learned that like the Earth is gonna end in a billion years. It's just
Bro,
like
I was distraught.
Dude, but we can admit that at 9 years old, or like whenever we first learned, we were all like a little worried.
I was like, well, frick. Yeah. I learned the way it was gonna do it, and I was like, but what if the sun just suddenly just like doesn't do what it was told and does it like tomorrow?
Yeah, it's like I was just like, wait, the sun's gonna like stop? We're all gonna die?
The sun's gonna just like take over. The sun's gonna be like, that's gonna happen.
I mean,
yeah,
I think, they estimate. I think the sun like when it actually expands I don't think it's gonna like engulf Earth. I don't think it like if anything that's gonna be on it, it's gonna be gone because the sun is gonna be way too big. The planet's gonna burn up, but like then it's gonna like collapse in and become a white dwarf, and then it'll just be too cold after that. So you're either gonna die because it gets too hot, or you're gonna die because it gets too cold. Actually, that's not true. You're gonna die because it gets too hot.
I'll have to set another reminder in my phone for that, and I'll like let you guys know what happens.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'll put on sunscreen.
Yeah, I'll just make sure to get that SPF 15.
Michael, be sure to give me a call when that happens.
Bro, we can all It's like the one episode of SpongeBob where they're watching the sun like go down and SpongeBob's about to explode, but the sun
There's a
is
brick.
exploding. Us.
There's a brick wall between them.
There's just me, you, and this brick wall you built between us.
Frank, how we doing
Man,
on time?
It's so weird. Like this, like our entire like world exists just like we're just going around this like just this one, just kind of medium-sized star in one galaxy of the universe. It's very weird.
Oh yeah, it might have been the podcast that we talked about this, but like the moon, right? Takes 30 days to get around Earth, but also takes 30 days to spin. So you're only ever seeing one part of the moon.
That might not have been on the podcast, but that is true.
I don't
It is-
remember hearing that at all. So
It was that was me. I remember I told you guys about that, but I think that just might have been like on our own time.
I must
Yeah.
not have been there for that because I don't remember this.
That's a
But
pretty neat-
that's really interesting. So like you could go to the dark side of the moon and just like never see the bright. It would never become the bright side. It's always going to be the dark side of the moon.
the sun will hit it eventually.
If you were an
yeah.
astronaut, you'd probably seen it.
I think I think the dark side of the moon is just the side that's not facing Earth.
Yeah.
So like the sun, I think the sun. I don't know how the moon works. But
Wait,
yeah.
if it's not facing Earth, then wouldn't it be like facing? Wait.
It wouldn't necessarily be dark, but I guess I don't know how that actually works. Don't quote me on any of this.
Hey guys, did you know that the moon could fit in Africa?
I did not know that. Did you know
Because-
the moon is of Earth?
The moon is about the size of Europe, and Africa is bigger. Europe could fit in Africa, right? So
I think if the moon landed in Africa, we would have pretty big problems.
it would be horrible. It would be horrible news for us. But like the moon could, if we were to flatten it out and shape it like Africa, it would fit. It'd be smaller. It'd fit in Africa.
I think if
Yeah,
if the
but then
moon-
we'd also be like lacking a moon.
That would
I mean,
be-
like, if, not necessarily, because if the moon hit Africa, we would probably get another moon out of it.
yeah.
That's how the moon formed, because Earth got hit by another big old space rock, and then like the ensuing parts that collapsed gravitated together and formed the moon.
Well,
So
no, but
that's-
I'm thinking like we've all seen Despicable Me. So if you were to go,
Oh, I gotcha.
if you were to go to space and take the moon, and then put it in Africa, and then it grew, like grew from Despicable Me, then it would be like the size of it. It would be able to fit in Africa,
Yeah, but also, guys, we were actually talking about Despicable Me in science the other day. We asked him what if the moon just pulled a Despicable Me on us and like
We would
shrank?
die.
What would happen? He was like, it'd be small. My science teacher would be like, it said it'd be small, but it'd still have the same amount of gravitational pull. It would just have an insane amount of mass in one tiny thing, meaning that like everything would be attracted to it.
What?
It
How
has
does that
such a
work?
strong gravitational pull.
That's
I
crazy.
don't think wait. What?
That's
How
what
does a
he said.
shrink ray work? Does it just compact all the mass so it's just like the most dense object in the universe, or is it like does it just make it proportional? How does a shrink ray work from? It doesn't matter. It's time to get to those trivia answers. We'll leave that ambiguous thought.
Wait 1 sec. I gotta plug in my phone. I'll be right back.
Well, I guess Finn will never hear it.
Finn is checking out early.
Finn's gone. Or we can probably see him. Oh, there's his arm.
Anyways,
Well,
let's
I-
hear those trivia. Let's hear those trivia questions and answers again.
Here comes Finn. He's back.
I'm back.
Alrighty. Just it's by now it's too late to put them in the comments. The comments are off limits.
Yeah,
Sorry.
stop.
We've turned comments off. Don't you go check that. Don't
Brandon.
fact check us.
Wait, Braden, you could have answered the questions. Actually, you put a comment since you're not here.
Wow,
Braden.
Braden, you know what? Let's hold off for 10 more seconds so Braden can comment down below. If you're not Braden, don't do it. On a roll. But if you're Braden, you can do it. All right. That's like 10 seconds. Let's hit those
Yeah,
for trivia.
alright.
What's that?
All right, question 1.
Wait!
What two entry?
No! Okay.
Perfect. All right. What two-entry video game series originally developed by Pandemic was rebooted by DICE in 2015 and saw 2 additional entries as of 2021? Anyone got a guess? Finn?
I will let Finn go first because I don't know.
I'm gonna have to go with
I'm gonna say Call of Duty.
Warzone.
I'm just gonna say Call of Duty because Warzone is one specific game while Call of Duty is the franchise.
Yeah. All right. The answer is Star Wars Battlefront.
Wait, no, there's only 2 of them.
There are 4 of them.
Well, look at that. I didn't even know that.
There's Battlefront and then there's Battlefront 2, both developed by Pandemic, and then EA DICE made Battlefront 1 and 2 in 2015 and 2017. All right. This is the next question 2. What compound has the chemical formula O3?
Would that be like trioxide?
I'm gonna look up something real quick. Finn, what did you guess?
I'm gonna say either trioxide
Okay.
or just like 3 oxygens.
Yeah, so trioxide.
Oh, yeah, then trioxide.
A trioxide is a compound with 3 oxygen atoms for metals of the. I think that's just a general. That is just a general. From my understanding, it's a general term.
Well, that's like the scientific name of it. But like,
What's
what's
the
the
real
name that you're
answer?
thinking? That's like the covalent name.
No,
of
there's
it.
like trioxide applies to different things. Like sulfur trioxide is SO3.
Well, no, that's sulfur trioxide. Just regular trioxide would be O3.
Well,
Sulfur trioxide is a different
Riddick, what
thing.
is your answer?
I gotta look up something real quick.
Oh no.
Brannick, we have like 2 minutes before the Zoom call.
Oh, you're wrong.
No.
It's not trioxide. The other name for hang on a second.
Brannick, we have 2 minutes.
Not necessarily.
Yeah, but I'd like to not start a new one. So
Don't even worry about it.
We're having
All
some
right, fine.
technical difficulties.
Got
if
the
you're
answer.
wondering
I'm looking
something.
for ozone, which also goes by trioxygen.
there
Because
we go.
A trioxide is that's a different thing.
If we're talking covalent bonds, then O3 would be trioxide. Anyways, what's the next one?
Right. What movie granted Spielberg his first Oscar win?
I feel like it's not Jaws, but I'm going to say Jaws.
It's not Jaws.
Then I'm going to say, I don't know any other Spielberg movies off the top of my head. So I'll say Jaws.
Finn, I'm gonna have to guess James Bond.
No, he didn't do James Bond.
All right. The answer is Schindler's List.
It wasn't James Bond?
No. I'm very I'm so confused about the trioxide thing because from my understanding,
We'll talk about this later.
Bro, that's like saying like what element is say like
Okay.
Brannick, you have any movie fanatics updates?
Now hang on.
Brannick, we have less than a minute.
I don't get it. All right, movie fanatics update. I'm making a top 15 movies I saw this year, and that's about it. Well, less than a minute. Thank you guys for watching this glorious episode of the podcast with me, Finn, Michael. Yeah, there we go. So we hope to see you next time for episode 8. I'll learn what a trioxide is, and we'll see you then. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.